Hello my YouTube friends. Tonight I'm gonna make a video about this beautiful knife that I just received today. I wanted to talk to you about the knife and the company. So I'll try to have some order in my twisted mind and start probably to talk about the company. Then we'll talk about the knife. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you the knife also. Otherwise, some of you might be bored to hear my rants. So this knife is made by Olamic Cutlery, and in this video I really want to pay a tribute to the owner, the actual owner, Mr. Eugene Solomonic, who is one of the kindest guy I've ever met in the industry. I'm gonna say what he did, and you'll judge by yourself. But there is a blemish here that annoys me big time, so let me try to wipe that out. Okay, so Olamic Cutlery is first a Russian brand, a Russian company, and they do their Damascus, their own blade, fixed blade mostly, in Russia, and now they have some business also in California, and that is the place where they do those mid-tech knives, the Wayfarers, and other models. They have other models. This one, as you can see, is designed by Michael Vanino, which is a great knife maker, and the blade steel is CTH XHP, but they might have other steel and a lot of finishes on those knives. So yeah, I bought a knife from them, and I was on Blade HQ actually, and I didn't like the finish because for me it was a micarta, structured micarta, and the finish of the blade was bead blast, so it was not really to my liking, and I tried to sell it. The minute I tried to sell it on Instagram, Eugene just contacted me and said, you know, I can help you if you have any issue to sell it. I know that you're in France and everything, so I can help you to sell it or to change it. Because actually that was the finish that I didn't like, and I really wanted to have this nice mirror polish and have carbon fiber and everything. That's what I like actually. So I said, thank you very much for this kind proposition. If you accept to change it, I would be very glad and very thankful. And that's what he did. Long story short, that's what he did. I mean, he took back my knife and he provided this knife, which is probably more expensive than the one that I got, because it's a hassle to have this mirror polish, and the carbon fiber probably, I would say probably more expensive. And he just changed that, and I didn't even buy the knife from him, since, as I told you, it was first bought on, here is my hand, the reflection of my hand, on Blade HQ. So that is something that really you don't find that often these days. So I wanted to pay the tribute for this magnificent company, this just great man, Eugene. And now we're going to talk about this knife. So here we have a sturdy knife. It's a 4-inch blade, and it's a knife that have a certain consistency, and a very nice feel in your hand. The one that I have was structured, so it was probably too thick for my taste, and actually it's still a thick knife, but this one fits perfectly well in my hand, and to tell you the truth, the feel of it is just excellent. The texture that you have here, the carbon fiber, makes it structured, so actually it gives you some grip, and you feel this grip. Even the skull gives you some grip for whatever reason, so you have a really nice retention, I mean really nice grip in hand, very secure grip, and security is, you know, even better since you have the guard of the flipper here and this ramp with this jimping that is very aggressive, without being hurtful for your thumb, but very aggressive, very nice jimping. Overall, very nice feel in hand, and you are not annoyed by this clip, which might seem a bit oversized, but it is a very nice clip. It makes for a very nice carry in the pocket, and those holes that you have here not only gives you some really nice design, but it gives you some grip. You know, when you grab the knife out of the pocket, it gives you a nice grip, so that your finger won't that won't be, you know, slippery here. So very, very nice design. Those days, you know, I like better 3D clips, but this one has, to me, a perfect design, and I love it. As do I love this lanyard hold. Usually I hate to have holes on the nice handle, but this one I kind of like how it is designed. And believe me, my friend, you can put a big lanyard for those of you who want to increase even more the size of this knife, which I don't recommend because it's big enough. And as I told you, you have a perfect grip with the clips, so I don't think that the lanyard would be enough, or would be, sorry, useful. And this is not a knife that you want to carry, you know, for outdoor purpose. So no lanyard for me on this one. Now let's talk a little bit about the handle. Here you have this beautiful carbon fiber with this texturing here, and it's a very deep texturing. I'm telling you, it's not really, it's a deep texturing, and it gives you the grip, as do the skull that might look, you know, funny when you see them pictures, but believe me, it's an aggressive skull. It's like in 3D, as you can see here, and the looks of it is just excellent. A little more texturing here around the pivot. Beautiful carbon fiber, very neat. I just love this finish, and you have the same for sure on the other side. Albeit it's not textured here, but you have the clip on this side, and I have already talked about this one. Now on the back of the knife, you have this nice backspacer with this nice satin that reminds the satin that you have here on the flat, and that's awesome. First awesome of the video. Here also the clip, look at how it's nice. Okay, to come back to Eugene for just a word more. The finish of the clip on this knife was stonewash. For some reason, they made a stonewash clip, and I asked Eugene. He was just ready to say to ship the knife, and I asked him. I said, "Okay, come on, Eugene. You know that design-wise, it's something weird to have a stonewash clip. Can you do something for me?" And he said, "Okay, I'm going to bring the knife to the shop." And that's what he did. You know, he gave the guys the knife, and they made this beautiful finish in, I would say, in between satin and mirror, you know, and polished. But it's more coherent with the overall knife. So that was the back of the knife. Very nice backspacer, very neat, and you don't feel the joints here, which is something that I really like. Now on this side, what do we have? For sure it's a liner lock, but look at the thickness of the liner. Look at this great engagement. I'm filming with one hand, so I'm not going to prove that to you, but believe me, my friend, it is a rock solid knife, no movement whatsoever, and the liner, as you can see, engages perfectly well. No stiffness at all. Look at that. Try to hear something. No stiffness whatsoever here, and I don't think that it will ever be or sticky or loose. The engagement of the liner is just excellent. Here, for some reason, they decided to put some numbers. I think that it's the reference for the Wayfarer. It would have been probably better to put Michael's name and the blade still inside. Eugene, if you hear me, that would be way classier to put those informations here and to leave this beautiful blade of yours sterile, or if not sterile, at least with less writings here. That might be probably one of the, I wouldn't say flaws, and even not issues, but to improve that, I definitely think that you should put the writings here. It's the trend these days, and I kind of like this trend. The on the contrary, I really like the Olamic design here that you have on the flat, and that doesn't bother me at all. So that is fine by me. But here I could live without Michael's name and the name of the steel also. But you know, it's just because I'm French and I need to rent a bit. So now let's talk to the big part of this knife, the thing that I like the more, which is this beautiful mirror polish. Actually, it's a two-tone blade, as you can see. The flats are in satin, and the bevels, all the bevels, it's a spear point blade, and you see the swedge there. It's also mirror polish, and the finish is just excellent. Almost custom-like. I'm gonna try to see. You see, I made this picture on Instagram, and I think that you see with these colors and those writings how beautiful and how perfect the mirror polish is. So it's mesmerizing as it is like that, and I don't want to fall asleep while shooting these videos, so I'm going to stop here. And I think that I proved my point. Olamic Cutlery, when they do a mirror polish, they do it perfectly well, and I'm so happy to have a blade like that with this beautiful finish. And again, thank you so very much, Eugene, for this beautiful knife, and sorry about that, and the kindest gesture that you did for me. So that was the blade, beautiful blade. Usually I don't like spear point blades, and that was one of the issues that I had probably also with the Bead Blast finish blade, is that the shape of the blade is not really what I prefer, but with this finish, it's just, I adore it, just simply adore it. Now let's talk a little bit about the flipping action. So I haven't seen that, and I don't know if it's written here, let me see. But most definitely this knife, this is your warranty certificate, and you see it's a 4-inch blade. Yes, I don't see that, but most definitely this knife is on washers, that is for sure. It's not on bearings. And we're gonna see, I hope it's not actually, but it doesn't say IKBS or whatever, and the action looks like it's on washer, which is really enough, because look at that. The flipping action is excellent. I mean, literally you put a little action like that and this blade deploys like crazy. The detent is not the strongest of all. Try to hear that. It's sucked inside, but slightly. So if you, with the weight of the blade, the 4-inch blade, and this detent, for sure, the retention is good enough. I mean, that won't open by accident, don't get me wrong. But if you make simply a wrist action like that, the blade will open. So for those of you who care, just so you know, you have this detent that, again, is not weak at all. For me, it's a great ratio. I don't need more than that. When the blade stays like that in the handle, I know that it won't open by accident. But I know that a lot of you care about that, so that's a point that I need to address, but by all means, it's not an issue for me. I don't care at all, and what I do care, is the flipping action. So if you light switch it, it's perfect, and if you want to preload and push flip, that works also perfectly well. I love the flipping action on this knife. I love that doesn't fall in like a guillotine, but it's smooth enough. I love how smooth it is. To me, it's a very smooth knife, and again, the flipping action, the action on this knife, as you all know if you follow me by now, I'm a flipper guy. I really love the action of this flipper. So we tend to go to the 15 minutes, which is the maximum time that I allow myself to shoot movies. So I'm gonna stop here, and my last words will be to Eugene, my friend. You have been incredibly, and I'm gonna show you that for the last seconds, you have been incredibly nice with me, and I really hope that you will flourish as you are probably now. You will flourish in your business, because guys like you deserve to be great businessmen and to flourish in their business. So I'm going to stop here and catch you for another video very soon. Bye bye.